It looks like it's going to be an interesting week. For the demo design, Tendril is looking back to his battle semi-blind. This episode is brought to you by Insignia. You make TVs that people like Tendril use as monitors. Hashtag is now a sponsor. Which I had one. Wouldn't work then. So Monday, December 12th. It was the last week of second term, and Tendril took place that weekend. First day was on the same day, so vacation not to be started on the 18th. It's almost here. It was so cold that it was hard to eat in bed. Once I did, I was struck with the powerful feeling. And my first 1 year term here was quickly approaching. Because I promised to recess on. It was Monday, so Tony San brought us the pro survey results as usual. Still stagnant. Just stay at the counter before you hand them over. Well, see, that might be a good thing. See, I've seen you since the whole mess last month. You talk about the two-time incident. I wasn't looking at me with suspicion anymore, but it seemed that it still harbored strong opinions about the subject. She raised how stressed that it was a misunderstanding at every opportunity, but it seemed that doubts still lingered. It is. Do you understand why? I was telling you about chanting well. Don't you think it will make things more interesting? I'm very confident again. Like I said, I was supposed to stage. I have very hopes for it. Well, it sure is nice though. You also never find someone like that. I don't know much interest in girl love. Anyway, bye. Salutations. Miss and I are both looking forward to the weekend, but later that day, a little trouble arose. Oh no. There we are progress of school, someone put the head into the door. What are you doing? Look at this, we're having a choir rehearsal. Choir? Wait, so Chante Noel. Who lives around the room with strange expression to her eyes set on me wide angrily. Then her expression twisted in disgust as she stalked into the room. You. Huh? Must have taken a step back, the others were too paralyzed to move. Why are you in choir practice? Why? Idiotic, because I'm singing in the choir. Absolutely not. It was so loud I thought I might rattle the glass on the windows. Hez's bite to her as though she were in the grip of a fever. Even more than her menacing attitude, it was that worried me. Maybe she's ill? She had been acting strangely ever since she came into the room. I know why, but... Really? Did you hear what I was saying? I feel President Santa Noel. Why? Why? Well, obviously. You say because a child student? That's hardly a bad reason. I take some helium if it would make me feel better. I have some in a tank in the garage. I assume the tank is somewhat full, it's just very light. And compressed. It was like he was a man. A man. Well, his voice would up with the choir of women. Nobody cares about that.
ダメと言ったらダメなのです。
I said you may not. Therefore, you may not.
合唱のことはともかくとしても、私たちそこでロザリオの交換をするんです。だから
It also requires two St. Roses there, so. Shouted at Mrs. who tottered on her feet, like she was having an anemic fit before sitting herself on a desk. What's talking about that? I wondered.
校長先生。
Where his mistress?
そんなことが。
You cannot. Even though the heater was off, the classroom was cold. Sweat appeared on his brow. Her breathing was unsteady. This all seemed odd by the sight. Mary stood and stared.
大丈夫ですか？
You alright? This all stepped forward to support her, but Tempest just pushed her away and straightened. She seemed to unsteady, though.
ダメですからね。
You may not. She continued to repeat those words in a weak voice, looking at neither me or Risa-san.
いいですね。そんなこと許されない。
Hear me? I will not permit it. The other steps that made her earlier display of emotions seem like a lie. She left the room.
びっくりしたわ。どんなのかしら、一体。
That was quite a display. What brought all that on? Yeah.
体調でも悪かったのでしょうか。
Was she ill, perhaps? Maybe.
なんか変ね。あの人のあんなところ初めて見るし。
That is strange. This has happened to me before.
マサヤ君がイベントに顔を出すのだって別に今回が初めてではない。なのにどうして今回に限って急に。
This is the first time he tried to stop Masako for this event, so why this time, so suddenly?
まあ気にしても仕方がないわ。サタンが命令したって出席を取りやめたりするものですか。
We're not doing something good, but we're not going to discharge because of Satan's command.
さあ練習を再開しましょう。
Now let's start the rehearsal.
でもさ、ディフェン、お母様の肩を持つわけではないけれど、やっぱりマサヤ君が一人だけ混じっているのはちょっと変かもね。
But it's not that taking him outside, but Masako by himself really will feel a bit out of place.
まあ確かに。
That's true. Just as I thought so too. Maybe we're best if I just join the audience. What do you think?
じゃあそうしましょうか。
Well then, we'll do it. Come in.
失礼します。
Pardon me.
どうしました？
あら、校長先生、顔が青いようですが。
What's the matter? What about headmistress? You're looking rather pale.
理事長、今年のシャンドノエルは中止にしましょう。
Sure, I usually cancel this just chant in a while. What?
電話があったんです。お姉さん。香織様から。
I'll see if I go from Kaori-sama.
香織様はシャンドノエルに合わせて学校に来ると、様子を見に来るとおっしゃっていました。
Kaori-sama said she wishes to come to the school for chanting in a while, see how things are.
それは
That's...
あの言い方は本気でした。
You
私には
said,
わかります。
She really said, I'm certain of it.
私はお好みマサヤの出席は阻止するつもりでいました。さっき知ったのです。ロザリオの交換をすると。
I'll tell you to people who are participating, but I afford the intents to exchange rosaries.
リセのあの様子では脅してもすかしても聞くものではありません。いっそ監禁でもするしかないと思いました。
Seriously refuse to listen to either threats or coercion. I would definitely do something to confine them.
であればシャンドノエル自体を中止にするしかない。
All shows the kind of chanting in a while.
ただそれもまずいのではないでしょうか。伝統ですよ。あの子はきっと
不審に思うに決まっています。
That wouldn't solve the problem either. But it is a suggestion. She would find that guy's suspicion as well.
そんな、そうですね。じゃあどうしたら。
I know that you're correct. Then what shall we do?
そうだ。ではリセに事の真相を明かしましょう。そうすれば彼女も分かってくれるはずです。
I don't know. You said the truth. Sure, you understand
や
that.
めてください。
Please do not. What?
そんなことをしてどうなるというのです。
You did what do you think will happen?
どうなるって。
What do I think?
ロザリオの交換をするというのであれば、リセやマサヤ君にとってはきっと一生の思い出になることでしょう。
This shows to be Chris and Saku something memorable for the rest of their lives.
一生に一度という思い出を香りのために犠牲にする。それは決して許されないことです。
That's also a memory, just for Kaori. It cannot be allowed.
香りは死んだ子の年を数えているようなものなのです。そんなことのために生きている子らの青春を捧げるわけにはいきません。
Kaori are like kind of wizards of a dead child. You cannot sacrifice the youth of living children for that.
だってではどうすればいいのですか。
But what are we to do?
私は手を汚すような真似までして。それは何も生徒のことが憎いからではありません。
The jury has not really hate the students.
お姉様のことを今も大事に思っている。ただそれだけだったんです。
She has just Mommy-sama. That is all.
ミサコのそうした気持ち、私は嬉しく思います。それはきっとあの子も同じでしょう。
I'm with Philly and Misako. I'm certain that she would be too.
行動を制限するとその後がひどいと主治医はおっしゃっていました。結局なるようにしかならないのでしょうし。
I say her condition worsened when they tried to restrict her movements. In the end, we can only let things play out as they may.
娘にはそろそろ現実に直面してほしい。それは親としての
Here's how I face the
座
truth.
らざる心境です。
Here's how I face the truth. That's how I honestly feel as her mother.
うまくいくと理事長は本当に考えていらっしゃるのですか。
You know about Wellman children?
私は不安なんです。
Feel nervous.
ええ、私もですよ、ミサ。
Yes, so right, Misako. Finally, one way day came. Needed a week of sleep. Spent all night with my eyes open. Each time I closed my eyes, I his son's pretty face, and I couldn't fall asleep. I asked the late morning arrived. I felt exhausted.
ごきげんよう。
Salutations. Yes, I knew you'd be sleepy.
やっぱりって何かしら？
What do you mean you knew? Well, I'm the same way.
そう、まあそうでしょうね。
I suppose that's true.
でも気合で寝たわよ。寝不足な顔見せられないもの。
I was asleep. There was see you with days under my eyes. Actually, when I got up to wash my face, I did look a little haggard. How do I look now? My dark spots under my eyes?
そうね。
Let me see. This time getting closer. Let me so off it out for proper shampoo. Right, how those faces are. There's no others that's having a place.
いつも通りのいい男よ。
Handsome as ever.
さてと、今日も勉強。最終日だからって気は抜けないわ。
What is it studying? You can't all guard down just because it's the last day, right? Yeah. I know I'm supposed to stay in a kind of daze. Still, fourth period ended and the second term came to a close. Once I had to wait for lunch and winter vacation officially began. Children had finished their greetings and left. The people left, and food for the lordship. I had trouble with that one. This is down. They took care of her, but it was still worried about her. Mama, it's finally over. I'm just starving. Let's eat together. Right. Excuse me, sister. Wasn't she useless? Do you have any idea why?
あれかしらね。私が相変わらず学校を抜け出しているものだから、ストレスで参っていたりして。
There's no school again. She's just crumbling under the stress.
本当？それ。
Really?
嘘。ま、後で話すわよ。ただ、よくはわからないんだけどね。
No, tell me that later. I don't know the whole story myself. Of course.
ごきげんよう。
Citations.
こんにちは。
Hello. Oh, Shiho.
一緒に来たのに、私は目に入らないんですね。
Dude, you didn't see me. Now, well, it's been a while, right? Sure, Shiho shrugged in agreement.
私ももう知ってるよ。マセとリサさん、ロザリオの交換するんでしょ？
Pretty recent roses, right? Yeah. Yes.
そしたらそれ、私も祝福するからさ。それで私も白百合会に復帰していいかな。
So gratitude. Thank you to the Library Society, right? You come back?
それを私が聞いてるの。
That's what I'm asking. Of course you can come back.
ありがとう、千穂さん。
Thank you, Chiyo-san. Sure.
ご飯でしょ？じゃあ行こうよ。
You right? Let's go. Right. Oh, bad people. All the usual things did survive here. Who's on spoke up as you have at the table?
それで姉さん、さっきのことだけど。
No, sister. About what you were saying.
なんかね、シャンドノエルにマサヤ君が参加するって知った時から、どうも変なのよ。
But she acted weird when she learned that Masako would be me chanted in a while.
シャンドノエル？母さんのことだもん。それはわかるけれど、なんだか今更の気がするわ。
Chanted well? That's understandable coming from mother. Why now of all times?
まあね。
I don't know. Yakuza-san shrugged, Ritsuko-chan tilted her head curiously.
いずれにしろ、私たちは意地でもやめないわよ。ね。
You're going to drop out, right? Yeah.
お熱いことで。
How passionate.
失礼？これでも自重しているんですのよ。
Pardon me. Who has him actually?
はいはい。
Yes, yes.
まあ、それで白百合会の支持率が回復してくれるなら、私としてはいいと思うけどね。
Well, this shows why side's approval. Ratings. That's all I care about.
ここが最後のチャンスのような気もします。3学期からは選挙戦も始まるし。
There's a final chance. First campaign begins in the third term. What campaign? That's not what we're doing?
今はまだ始まっていないわ。だいたい正式な立候補もまだだし。
Maybe they don't pick candidates yet after all. Ah, that's true.
3学期になると立候補も解禁されて、選挙活動のための時間も用意されるの。
Once the term begins, candidates can be nominated and time set aside for the election campaign.
だから、これまでのはいわば前哨戦で、冬休みが明けたら、いよいよ本戦というわけ。
What's happening now up until now is sort of like a skirmish. The real battle will begin after the vacation ends. Does seem like most been making indirect appeals through individual actions so far.
そうね。でも3学期からは違うわ。正面から支持を訴えられるし、それが必要でもあるってこと。
As everything's changed in the third term, you need direct appeals for support, so you have to start doing that.
結 局みんながどう思っているんでしょうね。報道部の調査では依然として保守派が勝っていますが。
What do I feel about it? News reports suggest that Justin still have a slight advantage, but
正直難しいでしょう。私も友人としては気の毒に思うわ。けど紅バラ会の勝利はやっぱり硬いわね。
that was a difficult road. The bad view is a friend, but the better side is usually just seems assured.
私もそんな気はします。
I agree.
やっぱりリセさんの思いを伝えない限りは。
Please, why doesn't tell me how she feels?
思う。
How she feels?
そうね。いずれそうしないといけない時が来るのかも。
That, shoo, maybe time to tell him at least. You have time to think it over before the real battle starts anyway. Let's see. Right. Yes, this is a gas station.
北帝です。この後、私にお客様がいらっしゃいます。
This is
大
Mikado.
切なお客様です。どうか丁重に校長室まで案内して差し上げてください。
Please tell Mikado. We will receive a visitor shortly. A very important visitor. Please go by to the headmistress's office. Roger.
お願いします。
Thank you.
待ってください。
One moment. Yes?
やはり私から出向きます。先方にはその場で待っていてもらってください。
We will go there and meet her, after all. Have her meeting there for me. Understood.
それでは。
Goodbye. Yes, ma'am. I was back to the dorm and spent a few restless hours with nothing to do. 6 o'clock before I changed back into my uniform. Apparently everyone wore uniforms for chance to know. Here's changed and pulled the rosary case out of my desk drawer. I was actually a believer, so after they gave it to me, I didn't think I had any use for it. Carefully and gently, I drew the rosary out of the case. No room to measure the atmosphere.
ごきげんよ
Citations. Ah, good evening.
う。何よ、そんなに慌てちゃって。
What are you fussing about? Nothing. So about that, I have stuff to do. I have to ask some questions people don't know the answer to.
ロザリオはちゃんと持ってきたでしょうね。
That's what don't you? Yeah, right here. Have my right hand. See beads was around it.
じゃあ、行きましょう。
Okay, let's go. Right. People moved the keys in droves. It felt a bit like a summer festival. By the way, everyone know who the case is on?
ええ、そうね。
Oh yes, I suppose.
あ、でも、今回ばっかりはお父さんに会いに行くのもいいかもしれないわね。
I really want to go with my father just this once. Oh? How come?
あなた、それ、分かっていてわざと言っているのかしら？
And so he asked me? No, of course not.
もう、鈍いわね。この鈍ちん。
Rue, you're so dense. You're the densest. Yeah, he is. Took on the side, looking a little sullen.
だから、あなたを紹介したいから、決まっているでしょ？
Because I want to meet him, of course. Oh.
もう、本当に分からなかったのかしら？
Really? You didn't know? No, I mean, I've never been in this position before. I see... Your dad, huh? When it's time to meet my parents, it's okay if it's just my mom.
もちろん、本当はどっちだっていいのよ。何も、親の許可が必要なわけじゃないし。
As I wish it is. It's not a single permission, after all. True enough.
でも東京まで行く必要もないか。家もないことだし。
But we're all the way to Tokyo. We don't have the house anymore. Huh? The house?
成果はもう手放してしまったのよ。お父さんが家に一人でいると辛くなるからって。だからずっとホテル暮らし。
Oh, father always sold the house they grew up in. It was too painful for him living there alone, so he's been living in hotels. I see.
まあ月に一度はこちらに来るし、その時にでも。ね。
It was a month, so we'll see him then. Right. Studio's doors are already wide open and the students funnel in. Hmm? Yes, there a person walking quickly towards the school gate against the rest of the tide. That's this is it? What's she doing, I wonder?
どうかした？早く入りましょうよ。
What's wrong? Let's go inside. Oh, sure. Let's say the cathedral turned out creating a solemn atmosphere. I thought I counted when in the church. It didn't feel quite dark. Here I counted the entrance and proceeded on inwards. Several places got ready to start. As more people joined, the light and warmth of the cathedral increased.
これ、ポスチャーっていうの。こんなに硬くて薄っぺらなのは発光させていないから。
All fast forward kicks in when it's supposed to. Stuff you've already seen, so it's a little odd in the last route because routes overlap with text a lot. It's called Hostia. It's rather hard and thin because it wasn't around his eyes.
本当は信徒以外受け取れないものなのだけど、これは正式なミサではないし、みんな気にしないわ。
Usually we would take them, but this is an official mass, so nobody really minds.
あなたはどうぞ。あの絶品バゲットには遠く及ばないけどね。
You eat too. You can't get rid of those delicious baguettes, of course. Right. I'd never eaten Hostia before. Didn't have much flavor. It had the texture of wafer cake wrap. It seems like you call it tasty. But this way would make it memorable, I thought. Car competition between the various societies was held. The closing song was sung. Evangile Part 1 came to a close. Standing by the wall of the dim chapel, Kingdom Mikado Misako couldn't help but fret. The other things he noticed it wasn't that usual for a woman to come and watch events. Curry watched Chantino proceed as if in a dream. As Misako was tall, and he stood out clearly from the crowd, but unfortunately Curry hadn't noticed him yet. I am glad. For some reason, Misako didn't participate in the way he decided to crowd for him, so Curry spent the whole mass unaware of anything amiss. I have any hope that perhaps they could get through this safely. Listen, I think we should go. Sugar always spoke, but she had thought she was eating well, but it was surprisingly bony. Why? There isn't enough question, but it felt like Misako speechless. It was just now beginning. Lucia approached the altar again, and the closing song began. The song ended, teachers of the cathedral. It was a tradition, Temps invention bond for the students. The hills are born this year. Curry had no intention of moving. That was only natural. She thought she was still a student. Towards the end, the nuns and teachers left. The poor atmosphere suddenly broke. Now the second phase began, the real event of the night. Almost time. We saw clenched her rosary, her expression focused. Rachel whispers behind me, different than this is that stood at the end of the ceremony. My head mistress. Why? What is she? Birds came from all around. She? Despite the numerous candles, it was still as dark for me to see. I stood to get a view, but Rachel saw and tugged on my shirt. Just trying to space out. Right. Let down to the confession. Parents wish to proceed, please approach the altar. First time, it's good to be first in all things. Sure. As he approached the altar, Q's whispered silent students. It was as if the whole room was holding his breath. One of them came a loud voice. Congratulations! Gee hell. It's the best to have a child friend who putting his well beside me suddenly. You crying? Yeah. Didn't deny it. This is the first time I could remember ever crying tears of happiness. Stood at the altar facing each other. No CG for you there. Sorry, Rika, I interrupted you. Can you repeat that? Right hand forward, take off your rosary. Yes, ma'am. Took her slender left hand with my own. Can you just say it's a vision? A vow or a prayer or something? Tilted her head slightly. Nothing. I just want to hear your words. Took in a small breath. I love you. That's when he reads through Son's right hand.
私も好きです。
Love you too. Oh, my rose reached through Son's hand and she moved hers to mine. Pitch ended at the same moment a chorus of voices rose up. Congratulations! The congratulatory chorus. Just like Chico's voice before. If I had really been too timing them, she never would have called out to us like that. We said for the altar as congratulations rang out. The thought entered my mind that not even wedding could feel this grand. Curtis stared at the altar wordlessly. For just a moment her pale lips trembled as she seemed about to say something, but by attention persistence she said nothing.
結局こうなってしまった。
This how it goes after all. Sako pulled Kuro by the hand. Assailed by the feeling of powerlessness, realized they had to get out of here. This time Kuro offered no resistance. Her steps faltered, but she did come along. As though fleeing, they left behind the memories of the cathedral. They themselves became like shadow paintings.
どうしてこんなことに。
Why has this happened? Once they left the gate, the words poured out like a dam bursting.
見た。ねえ、見たの？ミサコは。
See that? Did you see that, Misako?
はい。
Yes.
どうしてこの晩線路に男がいるのよ。
I'm afraid of that expression. Why is it a blameless nest?
信じられないわ。信じたくない。
I don't believe it. I can't believe it.
何かが変わりつつあるのよ。この晩線路で。
So something's changing here in Tennis.
永遠に変わることのない晩線路で。
Yes, we should never, ever change.
お姉様、体に毒ですわ。早く部屋に行きましょう。
Oh, so you're not feeling well. You must get to your room.
どうしてなの？
Why? Why?
あの女、そうだ。あの女の仕業なのね。
Boomin, is she still behind this?
あの女？
That woman? No, Misako was surprised. Clara continued to murmur under her breath. That woman always trying to change things over and over again.
お姉様。
Girl once beloved by the whole school, now just this pitiful creature that stung her heart.
そっか。また壊しちゃえばいいんだわ。あの時みたいに。
Does it? I just had to straight her, just like I did then. What?
お姉様。
All those gestures, there was no response. Her eyes focused on some point in the distance. Misako felt chill even deeper than which is cold. Call the guardian! Now! Don't give him time to react, just tell them now. Okay, here. Next up is Battle Semi-Blind. We see what happens next. I don't not have much confidence in what's happening next being good.